Hi guys, Terry here. Hey, today I want to talk about storing our Distress Oxide inks. If you're not familiar with the inks, these are something that you can use either a blender brush, or I like to use these good old-fashioned sponge daubers. But these are nice for putting a background onto your cards. You can just blend them. I've got the, I like to use the waffle iron, I must be hungry. Waffle Flower has a mat that I really like because it's nice and rubbery, and you can blend your inks on. It tends to hold your paper in place here. So I've got that. I've also got the this Make Art station, and this is nice too. The magnets can get in the way. They've got a nice little thin magnet here, but I like to use the Distress Oxides for making a background if you're making a scene card, so love it for that. I thought these were a pretty combo for a fall card. So aren't those gorgeous? So love these Distress Oxides. There's also Distress ink, so be careful when you're buying them. There's Distress ink, and the Oxides just have a little bit more, well, they're called Oxides because they look like oxidation. So they mix well with water, and then they can just make a distress look. So I think the Oxides are a little bit bolder than the Distress inks. This Villainous Potion is one that came out a few months ago. They've been releasing several this year. There's a beautiful new red, and I forget what the other color was they recently came out with. So I had bought some sets early on, and then this is the refill packs. So they came out in releases probably 5 or 6 years ago. So on my blog post, I've done a lot of research on these release sets because they are economical to buy in a set. So you can buy the pads and you can buy the refills in a pack. So, and I've noticed that the early releases, like release 1 and 2, the first ones that came out, they're a little bit cheaper now than the newest ones that came out. And then I think what I'm going to do to add to my collection is, as they come out, I'll buy just the pad and the refill. So, and I'll tell you what, they've got the pad, they've got the ink refill, they've got the sprays and all of that. I only have the pads and the refills. I figure that's the forms that I would use it in. I like to store them with the, I put a little piece of Velcro, and then this pad goes on here, and then that way I can have a pad with each color and they're not mixed up. And then I just have a few of these that I use for putting those individual pads on as I'm using them. I don't have a lot of the brushes because there's so many colors. Speaking of which, I mean, here's the latest list of all these colors. So I don't think I think there's over 60 of them. I don't think you need all of them. I think you need a variety of colors. So love that they keep coming out with new ones, but you know, how many reds, how many blues, how many greens can one person have? So I like to look at the sets and kind of see if it's colors. I like earth tones and more regal colors, so love that. But yeah, there's a bunch of them, and it comes in a bunch of different forms. There's also a, if you go to the Ranger website, and I'll have a link on my blog post to the Ranger site where you can download these documents. But these are handy if you do want to have a swatch of each color. Like take your pad and swatch it on there, because a lot of times the color doesn't exactly match the color of the lid. I mean, this gives you an idea, but like if this shows you anything, this lid, and then I swatched it across here. This is Spice Marmalade. I mean, I don't think that looks like the color of the lid, so it's nice to swatch it, and you can print this on the cardstock that you're going to use so that you know what it's going to look like. So again, I'll have a link on my blog post to this document. And then I like to put the reinkers. Tim Holtz, of course, has his tins, and these are very handy. So the tins are nice and sturdy. They come like this. They have a plastic insert so that everything stays in its little spot. And then I like to put a little, I use a hole punch to make, well, first I put the ink on a piece of cardstock, and then I punch it after it dries with the hole punch, and then I glue it on top of the lids, just so that I can see them from the top, because I store this down in my Alex drawer, and then that way I can see which colors they are. I'll insert here, I do keep so there's a tin, I can't find mine, but there's a tin that's longer than this. I'll put a picture here, and it has a plastic insert that looks like this. The plastic insert is like this. So I actually took the plastic insert out. The box runs for about $11 on sale. I took the plastic insert out. I wish you could buy just the insert, but I took the plastic insert out, and then this is what I have in my drawer. The insert is nice because the lids are kind of loose on these. The lids are very loose. So the plastic insert holds that all together, and you can store them on their side like this. So I have them in my Alex drawer. And what I'm trying to do is, I found that I had these buried away and I wasn't using them. So now with them in my Alex drawer, I'm hoping to use them more often. I think they're a little bit of work to blend on the background, but I have so many cute little lawn fawn stamp sets that have, the little critters and even art impressions. We get these cute little stamp sets, so it's nice to make a little background and then put your critters on to have a fun, birthday card or thinking of you card. So I love these plastic inserts. They fit well in the Alex drawer. And it's colorful too. I mean, I love how it looks. I'm trying to think of what else to tell you about. Oh, I had one of these for a while. Before my set outgrew this, I had them in here, and they fit in here very well. They were nice and snug. This is a nice little, I don't know if it's wood or plastic. It comes unassembled, and then you put the pieces together. It goes together very easily. And then your distress inks fit in here great. And what I like about this stand is you can stand it up tall like this, and your ink pads would be on display on your desk. And this is, let's see how big this is here. This is about 7 inches deep. Or you can have it long ways on its side and have them stored like that on the desk. And this is more like 9 inches or so this direction. So you can either have it sitting down like this or standing up tall. And I had it standing up tall. I had a shelf next to my desk, and it worked great. But like I said, I outgrew the slots that was in that one. So I have them in my Alex drawer. And by having it next to me in the drawer, when I go to make a card, I can quickly pull out my mat, make my background, and then put my little critters on it, my stamp critters. So hoping that works well. And, like I said, you don't need all the colors. I think you find the colors that you enjoy and know that you'll use. And I hope this helps. Just a little bit of information about the Distress Oxide. Like I said, on my blog post, I have a link to the different releases. And then I have a link to Amazon if you do want to try out some of the colors and some of the storage products. So subscribe if you haven't. It really helps me when you subscribe. It helps my videos get spread around there. So love that, and I appreciate you all watching, and I hope you have a great week. Bye guys.